Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys? Are you well? Yep. Right, seems you guys been getting a nice tutorial about how the middle classes work. Glad you're learning. Like, I live in South East London, and thanks for coming, guys. I'll need a ride home. I lost my Oyster card, so I'm pissed. As you know, if you live in London, gentrification is an issue to some extent. Now, I don't know if there's any middle-class people in the room right now. I have no problem with middle-class people. If you want to move to another area to enjoy economic prosperity for you and your family, I welcome you like any immigrant. So you do your best. And I am taking the time to learn a lot more about middle-class people. Like, for example, did you guys know they have a type of clothing they like to wear, which they refer to as vintage? You'll know it as second-hand, but they have different names, things. I grew up in a very working-class part of Southeast London where people might give their daughters names like Sugar or Honey. Middle-class people do the same thing. There's a bit more specific, so their kids will be called Manuka and Demerara. You know, learning all the time. Very recently, I was introduced to a new meal middle-class people enjoy, referred to as brunch. Has anybody here had brunch? How good is brunch? Because it's like having breakfast, but you don't feel guilty about the fact that you wake up at midday. That's why I like it. Brunch is pretty good. And while I was at brunch, I was introduced to a delectable new dish called smashed avocado. Has anybody here tried smashed avocado? How good is smashed avocado? Yeah, it used to be called guacamole back when Latin people made it, but it's a good dish. It's a good dish. Now, I don't know if there's any middle-class people in the audience tonight. Anyone middle-class here? Yeah. See, the thing is, you say yeah, but that kind of guilt is how I know you're definitely middle-class. Yeah. What's your name, sir? Zach. Is that like a real middle-class name? Nice. See, I like Zach. Zach's fine. It's one syllable. It's pretty cool. You seem like a cool guy. Zach, I have a class-based question for you. You ever been to McDonald's before? Yeah. See, there you go, Zach. We've got something in common, but judging by your smile and your eyes full of hope and optimism about the future, you've not been to the same McDonald's as me, Zach. I go to the McDonald's on Old Kent Road. It's a very different McDonald's. We call it the McColiseum. Your face tells me, Zach, full of hope and openness to new experiences, that you've never seen a fist fight based on McDonald's breakfast policy. You live in Croydon, I know. That's it. But that's zone 6. I live deep in South. Like, you never heard phrases like, I can see that hash brown, it's 10.25, give it to me, I'll kill your fucking family, bruv. 10p for a barbecue sauce, I'll stab your mum. Like, that's the kind of thing I hear in McDonald's. And I go to McDonald's very often because my career's going well. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Now, this might be the only time, Zach, everybody else, where I tend to clash with my middle-class contemporaries. Now, I want to ask you guys a question, see if you can relate to this. Has anybody here been out with some friends? Maybe had a few drinks on the weekend. Now, we all know it's disgusting. Grab a quick Mickey D's for the Uber ride home, or whichever taxi service you choose. So you go there, and there's someone at the front of the queue who doesn't know what they want at fucking McDonald's. Who is still confused about this menu? If you walk into McDonald's and you go, what the fuck is wrong with your life? Where have you been? There are only 2 groups of people that don't know the McDonald's menu. Oh, 3 groups of people. People in comas, aliens, and the Taliban. Those are the only people who don't know the McDonald's menu. We all fucking know it. You don't have to go that often. So I'll be there losing my mind, and there's 2 middle-class guys at the front. It's like, what should we do, Clarence? I don't know. I've never been here before, Sebastian. Oh, well, fine. I should know everything, shall I? Garçon, come hither. May I procure your fillet of fish, please? Right, and I was like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just call it, sir? I said, could I have a fillet of fish? In here, it's called fillet of fish. And fish is ambivalent at best. I think you'll find it's pronounced filet as in filet mignon. I think you'll find we're in a restaurant without fucking cutlery. So maybe calm the fuck down, Clarence. But why? All right, can I have 6 chicken nugets, please? Those would be wonderful. Because you got to step up the vernacular, Zach. You know how it is. Wash that down with a glass of Merlot. I live in a middle-class area now. Merlot is what they drink. So, I realized as I've gotten older that, a mug diet is not the best diet to have. Because let's be honest, we all know there is no part of any chicken called the nugget. And really, I resent the term nugget because we should really call chicken nuggets what they actually are, which is toddler crack. Anybody here have kids? Or nieces and nephews? Kids love nuggets. Like, you could go to a kid and be like, would you like to enjoy this caviar, this beluga caviar, and this black cod, which has been marinated in miso sauce for 48 hours? And they'd be like, no, get the fuck out my face. I would like some chicken nuggets at room temperature, please. Like, nuggets are like this. Nuggets are to kids what like cigarettes are to adults. Like, even though they know it's bad for you, they don't give a fuck. There's nothing you can tell them. Like, do you remember when Jamie Oliver tried to save the country from obesity? And he was like, right, kids, gather around and listen to this genuine Cockney accent. I love you, Jamie. I hope things go well soon. I mean that, seriously. I like my Italian food made by an Anglo-Saxon. Anyway. Man. Don't clap that, guys. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, cool. So he's like, all right, everyone, gather around. I'm just like you. Just ask my daughter Poppy Frizzlefroth. I'm just like you. Anyway, now I'm going to show you how nuggets are really made. First, they get all these miscellaneous pieces of chicken and they stick them in this little blender. Can you imagine, kids? And they whisk it up until it becomes this really viscous paste. They pour it out to like a slurry, so it's like poultry-flavored toothpaste. And they make that into nuggets, kids. Blah. Now you know how nuggets are made. Do you kids still want nuggets? And the kids were like, yes! Fuck! That's why we're here! Fuck! Can you get some nuggets, please? Fuck! Need some hot sauce. I'm gonna stab someone's mum. Fuck! Kids love nuggets. That's the point there. So, I am no longer a kid, and so my diet has to improve. And I wanted you guys to be the first to know that I, Dane Baptiste, am toying with the idea of becoming a vegetarian. All right, some people don't like it. Like, I've floated this by a few people. One of the best responses I've heard was from an Uber driver when he went, why do you want to be a vegetarian? I was like, I don't know, health reasons. He was like, well, if vegetarians are so healthy, why are rabbits fat as fuck? Fair enough. Yeah, it's fair. Can't really argue with that. Can't argue with that. Now, I don't know if anybody here is a vegetarian. Is anybody here a pescatarian? Well. Now, if you don't know, you're not aware, pescatarians are people that will only eat fish. That's what they say. What I hear is, well, I only eat animals that can't run away. So, no way it's nice to enjoy fish because no one's ever heard a fish scream. So, well done. Now, I guess one of the reasons I decided to contemplate this change is because, and is anybody here actually a vegetarian? Yeah. Yep. And how long have you been a vegetarian, sir?
2 years.
2 years, so not that long. And was there a particular reason you made the change?
Just environmental reasons.
Environmental reasons, which is pretty good. Although, like, environmentally speaking, there requires a lot of consumption for people to have 27 million motherfucking avocados every day. They're not even native to this country. I'm not here to judge, just to observe. Maybe I'm projecting because I'm jealous of the fact. But, it's cool, man. You made the change. Like, it's always good when people improve their lives. And I want to tell you guys a heartfelt story because just a few months ago, my best friend, he came out as a vegetarian to me and his family. And that shit was crazy because you think you've known someone your whole life and then they throw you this curveball. And then I'm like, do I even know who this guy ever was? Like, all the times we were at barbecues and carveries. Like, I sat across from this man at Nando's and he was living a lie. But you know something? Despite his lifestyle change, that's still my best friend. And if one day he wants to marry like another vegetarian, and they decide maybe they want to adopt some vegetarians, like, I don't want any law that's gonna stop that. Like, they're human beings too, right? So that's fine. Now, I feel like you guys are getting kind of tense. You're like, are you equating vegetarian to homosexuality? Well, they're not mutually exclusive. Now, my friend made some good arguments for vegetarianism, and I agreed because, like, you know, have you guys heard of like Kobe beef? Like, if you don't know what that is, that's like yummy. It's a premium beef where like the cows get this real luxury treatment where they're like massaged and they're fed beer before they're slaughtered for meat. And that is fucked up. That is literally date rape butchery. That's how that works. That's disgusting. Well, you could have ever heard that word before? Grow up. Now, I spoke to my friend about his new decision. And he was like, Dane, I just got to the point where I can't consume the flesh of an innocent animal just for food. And I said, I understand that. That's very noble. But if an animal attacks me first and I kill it in self-defense, could I eat it then? Let's say I'm walking home from this gig and a pig follows me down an alleyway trying to take my virtue. If I kill that pig, could I make bacon from that pig? That sound fair? Yeah. Some of you ain't on board. Let's try another scenario. All right. I'm lying in bed with my hypothetical wife. Yeah, she hates it when I call her that, but she's not here. Anyway, lying in bed with my wife, 2 cows in balaclavas break into my home. And they're looking for jewelry, gadgets, Cravendale. They want that shit back, right? If I killed those cows, could I make burgers from those cows? Absolutely. Cool. You guys seem cool. Let's try one more scenario. I'm lying in bed with a chicken. It's just after London Fashion Week. We've been doing lines of Coke, quaffing down champagne, balloons. It's been a wild night. Let's say me and this chicken have an argument, and that chicken runs into the toilet, and I start firing shots through the toilet door. Yeah, I didn't think it was okay either, but apparently in South Africa it's called culpable homicide. Now I see some of your eyes judge me like I don't like that particular joke. That's okay. Can you give me the name of the victim? Oh, I guess it doesn't bother you that much then. Her name was Reva Steenkamp, and I'm gonna keep telling the joke until you fucking remember, guys. Now, yeah, that was initially ruled as culpable homicide, which I've never heard in my fucking life. And I have a dictionary app for my iPhone, and culpable means to blame for, and murder is defined as the act of taking somebody's life with malicious intent. So you're to blame for taking someone's life. Is that not murder? Yeah, because I don't imagine going to court on a rape charge and being like, no, Your Honor, that was penetration by negligence. So if we can just, yeah. And I know you guys became uncomfortable with that little joke, but I did gender politics. But when I did a black guy chicken joke, everyone was like, ha ha! So, let's rearrange our moral compasses, guys. But just so you know, guys, like, I am not trivializing the event. And I bring it up, and I use that analogy because we have arrived at a point where even the fucking president thinks it's okay to grab women by the pussy, and we are reducing the majority of the human beings on the planet to fucking livestock. It's insane. I say that because I work in entertainment, and I am surprised and shocked how many people that work in this oratory medium where you talk for your money, and some people do understand that no means no, which is fucked up because we live in England, and English is the primary language. And normally when you learn to speak English, no is the first word that you learn. 2 letters and 1 syllable. And some people still don't understand that no means no. And no is an easy word. It's so easy, it's easier to spell than easy. That's how easy it is to say no. But some people don't understand that no means no. And you have an entire demographic on the internet now who call themselves incels. I prefer the term frustrated virgins. Like, we all feel angry and shame when we finish masturbating, but don't go and type shit on the internet. And they'll be like, well, I'm sorry, but if she's dressed like a slut, she's asking for it. That has never been an argument. No one's ever been beaten up on the way home from judo. Do some of you guys remember the All Saints? Yeah, they used to wear combat trousers all the fucking time, but they never got into any combat. So your clothes are not an excuse. Even if someone is laying naked in your bed, if they change their mind at the last second, that is their fucking prerogative and choice to do so. No means no. That's how equality works. Just like when you finish having sex and someone says, could I stay the night? No. Means no. Means no. That's how equality works. What, you're kicking me out your house, Dane? Oh, because I'm dressed this way, you think I want a relationship? Shame on you, madam. I'm taking off these hot pants. Since you can't control yourself. Do you know what I like sometimes about doing jokes like this? Is when I see like people that are aspiring feminists folding their arms and being like, I don't like what you're saying. Blah, 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 patriarchy. As if the patriarchy didn't come out of your vagina. So if you have a problem with patriarchy, remember the etymology of patriarch means father. So if you're like, what's the deal with all these heterosexual men? Ask your fucking dad. How about that? Because I'm aware that you can take risks with some of these jokes, and I don't come out here to offend anybody, because if I offended you, why didn't you say something when I wrote the joke in the first place? I know why, because you weren't fucking there. I did not have you in mind when I wrote the joke in the first place. I say some jokes, if you don't like it, I'll learn my lesson, and I will restructure said jokes. But what I can't do is be the type of comedian who comes out on stage and lives a lie, because I'm supposed to be making observations about the world. So if I'm like, hey, everything in the world is fine, austerity, never heard of it, yeah! You'd be very cynical about my narrative. So I come out and say what the fuck I think, and if you don't like it, I guess I learned my lesson. I wish I could be the type of comedian who goes, oh, I love everybody. I don't even see color, because how the fuck do you cook a steak, right? Like when I started comedy and guys would go, I'm not racist, but my nan, on the other hand, sometimes she can be a little bit racist. And then they would say something racist that their nan said, and be like, but that's my nan, what you gonna do? I'm ever so cheeky. Didn't really suit my image, you know, I couldn't be that kind of comedian. I just tell things how I see them. And I also feel like, you know, it's one thing to like talk about stuff, but if you want to change the world, you can actively do something. So if you care about eradicating racism, kill your nan. Kill your fucking nan. My nan? Yeah, your fucking nan too. Your stupid, ugly nan with her stupid, saggy tits that look like a fucking chest scrotum with liver spots on it. If you think I won't slap your nan's chesticles over her shoulder on Christmas Day, you fucking try me. Your nan was probably racist to my nan. So fuck your nan. You don't see color, I don't see age. How about that? I'll take your granddad's saggy balls and I'll put them in his fucking mouth and asleep. I don't give a fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess what I'm trying to say is in a very roundabout and surreal way is that I'm not ready to be a father. I do have a dad though, which doesn't sound like a big deal to you guys, but where I grew up, having a dad was a big deal. And once I said, I have a dad, and the girl was like, ugh, well done. Like, really angry and resentful. She came from a single parent household. I wasn't trying to rub it in, because sometimes people need to look, there's a saying, a glass half full and a glass half empty. I guess having two parents in a stable household is a cool thing. But on the other hand, that is like, that's two pairs of hands that can slap you up. So, because whenever my mum would get pissed off, you'd like, wait till your dad gets home. And I'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm dead. Because you'd be surprised how hard someone can smack you when you're the reason they have no disposable income and why they can't fuck their wife casually. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm ready. Thing is, I'm not getting any younger, and I'm worried that I missed the boat to start my own family, and I may have to be adopted by another family. Which segues on to my next question. Does anybody here have a step-parent, stepdad, or a stepmom? Yeah, miss? And what's your name?
Andrada. Andrada.
Andrada, that's a lovely name. Andrada, you have a stepmom or stepdad? Stepdad, you get on with him?
Yes.
Cool. And how long has he been in your life, like most of your life?
About 5 years.
5 years, that's cool that you guys get on. Now, the thing is, I only bring up Andrada because a lot of the time it's been suggested to us as a society that the perfect family structure consists of a mother and a father of biological origin and 2.4 kids. And I want everyone to know that that is fucking bullshit. There is no such thing as a perfect family. Family is job titles, not people. As long as you have people in your life that love you unconditionally, that is all the fuck that matters in this world. So whether you got a stepdad or a real dad, you know, love is all that matters. And I say that, Andrada, because even though if I was a stepdad, I know I would love my kids unconditionally. I know I would struggle as a stepfather because I do not take shit from kids. So we're gonna clash. If I come home late one night, and let's say I step on an iPad by the accident, and then my stepson's like, oh, Dane, you're so stupid. You broke my favorite toy. You were 10 pounds when you were born. You broke my favorite toy. All right, are there mothers in the room now? Are there mothers in the room now? Yeah, ma'am, can I say, what's your name is? Michael? Michael, can I say that I'm well aware of how pelvic floor exercises work, as well as Kegel exercises, and I know that long-term vaginal elasticity is not based on childbirth, just that he started that shit and I finished it. Now, a nice way of bonding with children is playing computer games. I come from a gaming generation, you know, just like my stepson. Now, what's always been a great game to bond with people is FIFA. Anyone here play FIFA? FIFA is a fun game, but we know FIFA gets very emotional. Like, anyone ever played like board games at Christmas with their family? Yeah, try doing that with crystal meth. Like, that's how emotional a game of FIFA can get. Now, let's say I'm having a lovely game of FIFA with my stepson, and he scores a goal. And he tries to make me watch the replay in my own fucking home, where I pay the mortgage and the bills? Rewinding and shit. Like, what's wrong, old man? Your fingers seem kind of tired. Maybe you're getting arthritis in your old age. I can't take the trash talk, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be like, actually, these fingers were busy pleasuring your mother the way she deserves. Maybe that's why I'm tired, young man. I feel there are many challenges to fatherhood. I think the biggest challenge is listening to her should be like, oh yeah? Well, I fuck your mum, how about that? Which brings me to the point that let's not forget in my musings about fatherhood that being a mother is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Are there any mothers in the room tonight other than Mikali? Mothers here? Now, I can't stress enough how much I appreciate just who you are. By virtue of your womb, that's the reason why we're here as a species. And I appreciate that. Now, miss, I have a question for you, which I hope is not too disrespectful. Are you aware of, or have you ever been referred to as a MILF? Yeah, of course you have, madam. Nothing to be modest about at all. Now, if you're not aware, MILF was an acronym first coined in the motion picture American Pie, and it stands for Mom, I'd Like to Fuck. Now, I don't know if I like this term because I feel like we're making a distinction on the attractiveness of women based on whether or not they have children. You don't stop being a woman or being desirable just because you have children, right? Why do you need to make a distinction? Also, if you're a mother, we know you're fucking. So what's the point in emphasizing the sex? There are a lot of people that don't enjoy the term MILF. It's not that much of a compliment. For example, the children of MILFs. No one wants to know how fuckable their mother is. I know this because I had a friend at school. His name was Leon. His mother was amazing. And we tell him all the time, Leon, I can't wait for parents' evening. Last year, your mum wore a play suit. It accentuated her curves. We loved it. Let's hope she goes for a blouse this year. Leon don't like that. He's like, shut the fuck up, Dane. I'll punch you in the face. I said, I hope you do, because then you'll get in trouble. Your mum will have to come and see the principal, and she'll be very flustered, which means hopefully she'll get that little red mark on her boobs. We're still friends to this day. That's right. And also, any compliment from men that ends in, I'd like to fuck, is not necessarily a compliment, because I'm not sure if you've met men. There's a lot of things that men will fuck. That's why you have, like, sex dolls. Now, I don't know how you're like, ugh, sex dolls are disgusting. If people want to fuck sex dolls, let them fuck sex dolls. You know why, bro?
More girls for us.
Number one, more girls for us. In brackets, more consensual girls for us. Let's not discuss that as if they were a commodity, brother. More of us to offer to women. But yeah. Also, anybody who wants to fuck a sex doll, you'd rather them fuck a sex doll than have them have sex with somebody you care about. So that's why I let people fuck sex dolls. The thing that troubles me about sex dolls is the tireless work that's going in to making sex dolls look more advanced. We still don't have air conditioning on our trains, but sex dolls are getting more realistic all the time. That means there is somebody out there, a Steve Blowjobs, who is working on innovating the design on an annual basis, doing like Apple conferences, being like, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'm Steve Blowjobs. As we all know, the Pussy Mag 3000 was a success. But some of you are saying, Steve, can we do more? The answer is yes. Introducing the Pussy Mag 5000 XL with facial recognition. Yeah! That's right. Yeah! That's right. Yeah! Our scientists say that it feels like the inside of a real vagina. Yeah! If there's one group of people that don't know what the inside of a vagina feels like, it's fucking scientists. That's pretty much the pathway. You get to the fork in the road, science, vagina. You can't do both. You can't do both because, you know what's funny about scientists is that, Viagra was originally like a drug to help out with like cardiovascular issues, and the whole erection thing was actually a side effect. I know that there was one scientist who was like, hey guys, having hard dicks is cool, but we should get back to the research. And I was like, shut the fuck up, nerd! If we can't use our dicks, what's the point in being alive, stupid? That's why you're a virgin, Dudley. I mean, I know I wasn't there, so, Ladies and gentlemen, I think I've had your time long enough. If you have enjoyed what you heard, I have some good news for you. There are still some clips of my cribbity crap available on YouTube and all good social networks, so I won't plug it that much. But I want to say, if I should educate as well as entertain, if you do have a smartphone, these are marvels of technology. If you've been filming me, that's fine, but please remember, I am technically still on benefits. Now, hey, it's a system that needs to be worked. I bet at the fucking bankers, I do what I want. Now, if you do have a smartphone, speaking as a former addict myself, sometimes take some time away from your device and enjoy the world and the environment around you. Spend some time with the people you love. It'll give you a much better feeling inside than looking for validation on the internet. Take some time away, because these phones will mess you up, especially with autocorrect. Because I remember once I was typing the word prostitute for a friend. Like, can we focus on the point of the story, please? Now, I misspelt it, prostitute, and then when the red line came under it for corrections, I pressed it, and then my phone said no suggestions. Can we grow the fuck up, iPhone? Like, we know how much porn lives inside of you. Like, let's come on, guys. But anyway, I say that to say this. Like, autocorrect can mess up your life. I remember a few years ago, I was touring. Came back from tour, text my friend Mikey about going on holiday. I'm like, Mikey, touring was fun, but that shit was hectic. I want to relax and go away. Let's go to Malia. Mistyped that in my phone, so a couple of years back, we ended up in Somalia. I mean, it was still fun, good weather, boat parties. The shit was wild. But not the type of time I was looking for. And I'll be on tour next year, guys. So if you have enjoyed what you heard, then go online, check me out, and hopefully I'll see you guys around. I've been Dane Baptiste. Thank you very much.
Dane Baptiste, ladies and gentlemen!